I'm gonna make it do.
Yeah, baby.
The Foxxhole.
The Foxxhole is going down on Friday. Sirius 106 XM 149. My favorite song. I'm gonna play this at my funeral. It's gonna be cracking. Check it out. Who the hell is this?
Paging me at 5:46 in the morning. Crack the dawn and now I'm yawning.
Yes, I
Wipe
am.
the cold out my eyes.
Yes.
See who's this paging me and why. It's my nigga Pop from the barbershop. Told me he was in the gambling spot.
I heard the intricate plot. The brothers wanna sick me like fly paper neighbor. Slow down, love, please chill, drop the cape.
Right.
Remember them brothers up the hills, up in Brownsville? No. Dice with
Smoke blunts and got nice with. Oh yes.
Yes, my player fame up in Prospect.
What now?
My brother, no love wouldn't
disrespect.
I didn't say them.
Go ahead.
They screwed me to some brothers that you knew from back when.
Go ahead.
When you were clocking minor figures.
Go
Now
ahead.
they heard you blowing up like nitro. And they wanna stick the knife through your windpipe slow. So cut it!
Yes.
Cut it!
Yeah.
I love it!
Try to redeem
I
yourself,
love that
Johnny
song.
Mac.
What's that girl name that said I
Try
didn't
to
know the words?
redeem
What was that girl?
yourself. Yeah.
She's from Charlotte, North Carolina. What was her
She
name?
was not from Charlotte.
Where was she from? She was your next door neighbor back in high school.
Somewhere.
Stinking heifer.
I
How
texted
dare-
her and told her to call in.
How dare she say I didn't know the words?
Well,
to that
you were
song.
better this week, but she had a point that you were a little sketchy the first week.
Well, because
Got it.
I can't. Now we playing the clean version. You can't say certain words,
Yeah, I
and it
messed
throws
up.
me off. You know what I'm
messed
saying? You
up.
can't say the words. We gonna do a quick roll call. Anybody knows who's in the house right now? Who we got in the house?
Oh, hi, my name Brescia. How y'all doing? Brescia Webb is in the house.
Are you sure?
Sure, she's from the new hit show, the Fox Afion Crockett sketch show.
In the flow.
She's gonna be on that, and she's also on Love That Girl.
Yeah.
That's right. Love
Yeah,
that
love that
girl.
girl. Love
I'm
that girl.
unique.
I'm
It's
unique.
most definitely in the house.
What
How you
station
doing,
is that on?
Tabia girl?
TV1, baby.
TV1. Okay.
And over here we got the most beautiful, sexy, curvaceous.
Wow, it's Brandy McGee. Don't let the sweet face fool you.
Still working out?
I am.
You're
I
looking
am.
good. You're looking good.
Yeah, your arms are all right.
Tell them how many push-ups you do a day.
I have been up to 250, 300 in a day.
She got a little girl outfit on.
How many crunches do you do?
450. I busted out 450 of those.
Wow.
But you know what? I'm kind of mad. It's like, even though I'm doing all this, I'm like, I'm feeling stronger. It's starting to work. But I'm like, by the time I'm doing that much, I should be seeing a lot more. Like,
Brandy, I'm seeing a lot more.
okay, good.
Who we got right here? My main man, 10 grand.
Oh yeah, it's Louis Dix.
Suck a lot.
That's nasty. That's
Name
not.
is Suck a
That's
Lotta.
still nasty.
They want to call you Suck a
No,
Lotta.
they don't. They don't know me.
Now, what's up with this the shirt?
The sweater I threw on because it was a little chilly when I ran out of the house, and I was like, hey, let me just throw on this sweater that I don't get to wear it too much.
It's chilly.
Yeah, well, for me, I like the sweater. I just wanted to go with the sweater today.
Cable knit.
It is a nice red sweater. It represents
Family
my son's
crest.
school. Yes, Harvard Westlake.
Yeah, it's not.
And
V-neck.
again, for those you don't know, he got
That's
accepted
like
to
a
Morehouse.
U-neck.
Hey, he got accepted to Morehouse, and I'm wearing this.
You know
because
what?
I'm proud of him.
Congratulations to
Thank
is
you
it
very
Louis? What's your son?
Louis Dix the Third. Yes.
Louis Dix the third.
Congratulations,
Congratulations
Louis
to getting
Dix.
into Morehouse.
Yes.
It's a very can I say prestigious? I don't know.
Yeah, you can say prestigious.
Not really.
Well, hopefully it's a
I got a
historical.
GED and I got accepted to Morehouse.
It's a historical black
Damn.
college. We're just really excited that he went from one extreme to the other. So now,
because his high school is all white.
mostly, yeah, upper, yeah. So now he gets to go.
He'll be back in
experience-
6 months.
No, he won't. He's excited about it.
Special guest.
We also have another special guest
Yes.
in the house.
I introduce myself. Bill Burr, present.
Bill Burr.
Present.
Come on, one of the funniest.
Present.
What kind of intro
Present.
is that?
Present.
One of the funniest comedians
Thank you,
in the
Brandon.
world, Brandy. What,
Terrible.
I mean,
Give me
this
some.
man
You
is.
gotta give me somewhere to go.
Yes,
You know,
this
I
man.
got to build. No, that's good. I like the small intro.
Yeah, it was.
People have no expectations. You can't build it on this next guy. I'll tell you, strap yourself in for this thing. I don't want that.
All right,
Give me
all
a
right,
nice-
all right.
I loved you on the Dave Chappelle show. I loved you in Date Night. But my most favorite thing I love about you was this. I saw it on YouTube. You was in Philly,
Yes, my hometown.
and they began to boo you.
The Opie and Anthony traveling virus tour. That's what it was. And it was
Wow.
like, it was in Camden, New Jersey. Actually, right across. What is it? They got a river down there. I can't remember.
Yeah, they crossed the Walt
Yeah,
Whitman
right
Bridge.
across the way. Yeah,
Yep.
so they were a little bit, started off with maybe like 100 drunks, and it just became a mob by the time. You know the deal. Like I went on like 3 hours into that show, but Jim Norton went on after me, never addressed what happened, the booing and all that, and he killed. Straight.
Hey, you
material.
killed. You got to go on YouTube to see Bill Burr do his thing. He handled the crowd. It was incredible. You got to check it out. I think you should do a HBO or Showtime special like that. I just think it was incredibly clever.
Yeah, no, I don't I don't. What? Telling people to go fuck themselves?
I respect that.
Then I'd have to do that everywhere I went. I had a headache after that show. I don't want to do that.
Hey, you got Tylenol. Take some Tylenol and go make your money. What's the problem?
No,
I don't want to make it like
too
that.
funny for that.
Yeah,
He's too
no,
funny
I
for
don't want to
that.
make it like
Well,
that.
welcome to the Foxxhole, Bill.
Thank you
Burr.
for having me. I
right.
appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the head janitor for Good Morning America, who had to clean up Chris Brown's mess. First name Johnny, middle name motherfucker, last name Mac, and when we see him, we call him
Johnny
motherfucking Mac.
I don't do windows.
Now, who was that nice, articulate voice that introduced you? That was
That's it. Yeah.
That was
You know
great.
what? Let's just jump right into it. And people going. Did you see the Chris Brown on Good Morning America and how they railroaded him and talked bad about him?
Railroaded.
He was railroaded.
wasn't
Brandon, bring up
What
the story.
happened? They're still bringing up that stuff that he already paid the price for?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. At what point do you get to move on from that?
Brandon,
You know what? If
bring
you-
up the story, and I'm with you. Bill.
Okay, so for those of you who have had your head under a rock and haven't known that
It might have been high.
Chris Brown, who 2 years ago got into a very public altercation.
put his hands on Rihanna.
Allegedly.
He beat the dog mess out of Rihanna
Allegedly.
Yeah, right.
a couple years ago. Was on Good Morning America this week to promote his new album, Fame, or F-A-M-E, or whatever it's called. And Robin Roberts from Good Morning America, of course, asked, and that's Breesha chiming in. Thank you, thank you
no
for your help.
problem, no problem.
Robin Roberts was asking him questions about the Rihanna incident a couple years ago.
And you don't think that his publicist was like, listen, he's here to talk about the album. He doesn't want to talk about that. And they didn't go, yeah, no problem.
Right.
No problem. And then they came out of nowhere and they just, they do that to
because
people all the time.
I understand that, but like they said that they were the questions were approved ahead of time.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Good Morning America was just doing that to get some ratings.
Go ahead, Breesha.
Yeah.
That's all they were doing it for.
Because twice during when she was questioning, when she brought up the questions about Rihanna, he said, I'm here to promote my album. And she went on with another question like, yo, it's about my album. I don't think it's fair for you to invite Chris Brown, any other celebrity, to your show and insult your guests or degrade your guests.
We do it here all the time. What are you talking about?
I'm like Bill Burr. The man, whatever happened, he was
Hey, he went to jail. He paid the price. He lost a ton of money. His reputation got destroyed.
Right.
All of that.
And it's something that he might have to address a few times over. Okay, maybe it.
But how do we move on?
That's that female. I'm gonna pour salt in the fields and I'm just gonna destroy you. Destroy you.
I don't even know she's a female. She played college basketball.
Hold up. Robin is a great girl. And here's the thing. Chris Brown's a 22-year-old man, young boy, who evidently. But here's the thing. He has to deal with
tantrum.
Listen, he can't get up. You can't. These young people want to get a pass on everything they do. He shouldn't have put his hands on her. And the bottom line is now, the rest of his life, people are going to bring it up in some form or fashion because it's on his resume. Just like we bring up how great of a singer he is.
I don't think it's fair.
Well, life is not fair.
But he should. Who is his publicist? Charlie Sheen?
He quit. No, Charlie Sheen actually. I mean, Charlie Sheen handled his. Well, I know.
Let's keep the Bill Chris Brown. Here's my thing. I think he was railroaded. And I agree with Bill Burr. How can I ever move on with my life if you keep bringing back up the past?
Well, I'm going to tell you how you move on with your life. You grow up and you learn from being an immature little boy in the past who couldn't, hold on, listen to what I got to say. He could not control his temper clearly in the past. So the way that you grow up from that is that you learn how to control your temper. And so that whenever that comes up, you do not go and throw a temper tantrum 15 minutes later in a dressing room, tossing things out of the window. Because the only thing he showed right now is that he hasn't grown up at all.
But how do you grow up?
Well, first you do some push-ups so your arms don't look like they little penguins.
Hello, he was not ready.
You're going to walk out with your shirt off.
Shirt on,
you look like a little, come on. He looked like a little.
Bill Burr,
hockey has 2 minutes for instigating. If you start a fight, you get 2 minutes. You go in an extra 2 minutes in the box. So people are going to sit there and try and provoke somebody and then stand around like, wow, look at his temper. Look at his temper. He flipped out the way anybody else would flip out.
Right.
I would have flipped out if he did something like that. And then everybody gets to step back and act like, oh, you know what I would have done? I would have kept my cool. I would have apologized. He did his time. He's done apologizing. He's trying to move on with his life, and people are going to, just for the rest of his life, bring that up. He screwed up because now that he's snapped, everyone's just going to do that because nobody cares All they want is ratings. Those people on that show, they don't care what he did to Rihanna. They just want to see him fist psyched that he flipped out and threw a chair and did all that because that got them a bunch of ratings.
Right.
They're exploiting what happened to Rihanna.
Now
They're
he's coming
exploiting
back on the show.
But-
They've invited him back.
because they'll get a ton of ratings.
But I agree with Bill. So you instigate. First of all, it's wrong for you to instigate. You can instigate someone to a riot, and that's against the law. So you torment me, you torture me with all these questions, you badger me.
Torture.
You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
then,
my God!
And then,
Torture,
Stop using
Johnny
words
Mac.
for
Hold
him,
on,
Johnny Mac.
hold on,
He was
hold-
not being tortured
My
by
man.
being asked the question.
My man,
Come on.
you,
It happens
you-
every
how
day.
thin
It
is his
happens
skin,
every.
though?
my man, you can't incite me to get mad at me because I flip out. If you wouldn't have asked those questions repeatedly, I wouldn't have flipped out.
Oh, well, if you
knew-
hadn't hit her repeatedly, the
They-
question
they-
would
they-
have
My
happened.
man.
Thank you, Louis.
My man.
No, but that's not the point.
So you gonna do
He
that
already-
every-
the point.
No, he already paid the price.
Okay,
for it.
then he's
So
gotta
then-
keep
so then-
paying.
So then, for the rest of his life, people are going to say, "Yeah, we'll just talk about the album," and then get into his face and bring that stuff. You could do that to anybody on the planet. You could find their worst moment in life.
Right.
Find out about it and be like, "Hey, come on, let's talk about pumpkin patches." And then you come in and you talk about, "Hey, what about the time you
okay,
kicked
so
the
let me
family
ask you a
dog?"
question. Then what should they never bring it up? It's part of his
You should
resume.
never bring it up.
Publishers should
Let me
have
ask you this:
prompted him.
who doesn't know that he did it? Who doesn't know at this point?
Well, but here's
But here's the thing: the follow-up questions they're talking about how you deal with it today. You know what I mean? Don't think that he doesn't use. Don't think that he doesn't use that too. I mean, I'm not even so certain that his temper tantrum wasn't a little bit
a fake,
premeditated.
yes. The whole
It was
throwing
a
the
perfect
chair.
opportunity
Hilarious.
for him
Come on,
to
you
get
can't say
some
that.
more-
Oh,
Yes,
come
I
on.
can say
Oh,
that.
wait a
I'm
minute,
saying
Johnny
it
Mac.
right
You pretty
now.
sure in show business he can't make up. Well,
On
you know
the
what?
day
Now
of
I'm
his
gonna
All right,
album
all right.
release
Let's
to get some really-
examine that. Let's
'cause he-
examine that.
'cause
Hold
he
on.
performed first and then came back and had a
if you're
temper
gonna come up with a way to sell more albums, you're gonna go that route. That's
Right.
gonna be the dumbest plan ever.
Well,
that was legit. That was legitimate.
Smart.
But here it goes. So it's not the dumbest thing to be thinking that if I'm driving with this woman, I know cameras always follow me. Why would I hit her? That was just
My
as
man,
dumb. So
what-
he's
what-
not the smartest cat.
What we talking about?
But he went to jail.
What we
He
are
paid the
talking
price.
about.
Did he go to jail?
Yes.
What we are talking about is Chris Brown on Good Morning America. We don't need to talk about whatever the Rihanna thing. We're not talking about that.
That's
we're
part
talking,
of it.
I know that, but we're talking about him on the situation with Good Morning America.
And the reason he got upset.
Hold on for a second. Now we're gonna go to Preacher Webb and let her comment on it.
All I'm saying is, if you have a publicist, they should prompt you on how to. These things are going to be brought up in conversations.
They do.
In interviews, it's always going to be brought up. And I know he was a young man when he did this. It would happen 2 years ago. But I mean, that's his life, and he's always going to have to be asked that question repeatedly. So it's how to handle it like a man. It should be rehearsed. It should be scripted. It should be handled like a grown person.
And when it first happened, he said that it was part of his life. He's going to go get some help, go to anger management. So they should teach you how to answer the questions when people are going to come at you.
Right.
He should. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So where's his training of saying, I'm going to get better? He ran that whole game on us, and it was my father who did this and did that and all that. Come on.
Bill Burr?
Exactly. Yeah, he should be a perfect human being.
Right.
Basically,
Did I say- I
basically
didn't
what
say
you're
perfect.
asking. Basically, let me finish. Let me
Yeah.
finish. Look, I can't sit there as someone who has a temper and say that I could actually handle it. I'm going to sit there and judge that dude.
Right.
I
I'm
would
not
have flipped
judging.
over a
I'm
cop.
just making a point. And don't go to the word of saying that he has to be perfect.
You just
That's not what I
you
said.
just negated his entire like your childlike. You're acting like childhood and your experiences of your childhood does not make you as a person.
No, it does. What I'm saying, and then also after the experience, you think things through, and you say because he has a higher expectation because he's given.
I'm not saying the
different
guy
things.
doesn't have to work on himself, but I'm saying first of all that morning show doesn't care what he did.
That's right.
They don't care. They don't have they pretend like they care. They go in, they bring the guy in, they poke the bear and they try to get him to flip out, and he screwed up by giving them exactly what they wanted. But for them to then they're going to sit there and preach and act like they give a shit
But he
on
did
any
the
level.
same
It's
thing.
ridiculous.
He's got a responsibility and his people to make sure that he's prepared.
Absolutely, but what I'm saying is I'm not judging this guy like, oh yeah, look at him, he's still got a temper. I have a temper. Everybody's got a temper, and
Right.
I'm telling you, people have capabilities to do things that in the situation yet.
No, and I
and
feel
everybody-
bad
But
for him.
you have
I
a
feel bad
temper,
for him.
but I'm gonna tell you, if you're in a situation where you know somebody's going at you, you're gonna handle it so it doesn't affect you later on. That's just being mature.
So you're saying you're never going to mess up? He
no,
messed
no,
up.
I'm not
He
saying he's
messed
never.
up.
I'm just saying
Yo,
he's
yo.
given a given situation.
We want you to call in to 877-2-106-106. Call in and let us know how you feel about it. Was Chris Brown wrong, or was the host of Good Morning America, was she wrong for inciting this young man to the anger and to the rage that apparently that he showed?